Hi, welcome to Taurus Tarot. I am going to do a monthly reading for Taurus. So we're going to look at the month of November for Taurus. And the question is, like, what wants to come forward for Taurus for the month of November? What is the guidance? What is the guidance that wants to come forward for Taurus for the month of November? Like, what's important for Taurus to know for the month of November? Alrighty. For the month of November, what is important for Taurus to know? These are the questions that I like. I really like to, I love when I do personal readings for people, I always start off with this particular question because it kind of guides the whole session. And it's a question that I like to ask for myself as well when I pull cards for myself. So, yeah. Okay. So, for the sign of Taurus, and then also just to kind of add to, you know, we're all the signs, really, right? Like, we may fall into a particular group astrologically, but we're all the signs. So we may be energetically, like our blueprint, right, that we come with might be, more along the archetype of a particular zodiac sign. But at the same time, like, we can transcend any blueprint that we come with. And so really we are all things, right? If we think about oneness, we're all the signs. We're all the signs. We're all the people. We are everyone. Everyone is reflected in us, and we are reflected in everyone. So just keep that in mind. However, I know that people like readings by astrological signs, so we are doing Taurus. Okay. So we have the High Priestess, we have the Four of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so first of all, I'm really feeling, and just know too that I really like, I don't want to feel the need when I'm making these videos, I don't want to feel the need to have to immediately jump into something without giving it some thought and some time and allowing it to present itself fully before I start speaking on it. I think that's a real injustice to the viewer, and that's just not how my intuition works. It takes a little bit of time. Okay, sometimes things come in absolutely immediately, but other times not. And so just be aware of that. And if that's not for you, I'm sorry. Okay, so the High Priestess, I really feel that for Taurus, right? For all of us, but for Taurus, I feel the High Priestess as very much a Taurus vibe. I feel like, Taurus, it is a fixed earth sign. It's very connected to earth. And I do feel like, because I am a Taurus, are really do find our divinity through nature. So I'm really feeling this High Priestess as this like connection to nature and finding our divinity through that connection to nature. I also feel like Taurus right now is really being asked to step into that High Priestess vibe. So what does that mean? To really get in touch with the all that is, first of all, and the divinity that flows through everything, right? So God is not some entity that exists in an energy outside of ourselves. It is an energy that is omnipotent. It is ever present. It is everywhere in everything, and it is always completely accessible. Not just accessible, it always is. It's just always there. And so I feel like for Taurus in the month of November is really about like really tapping into that and really becoming fully aware, full in the knowing of the divinity that is present within you at all times, in all spaces, everywhere. That I feel is the message. And so how do we do that though? And for Taurus, I do feel like that it is very much through self-care. So taking those walks, outside, it's getting a little bit cold here in Missouri, but taking those walks outside and, if you can, put your feet in the earth, put your hands in the earth. If not, go and put your hand up against a tree and feel the vibration of that tree and just really connect to that. Water some plants, get an indoor plant and put it on your desk. But also really nurture yourself for whatever that means for you. Taking a hot bath, making the time to read a book, do some creative drawing or art or something like that, where you kind of, you create something, you bring something into creation, bring something into the physical, those kinds of things. But really putting a focus on you and what you need, what your soul is craving for, what your body is craving for, what your spirit is craving for. Find those things, do those things, and use them as tools to really tap into this divinity that exists all around you, and within you, and that is you. Okay, I really do feel strongly that Taurus is for November really being asked to step into the knowing of their own divinity. And that may mean isolating yourself a little bit. I know the Nine of Pentacles is not really a card of isolation, but it is a card of independence. And I do feel like what it's saying here is that kind of stepping away a little bit, stepping away from other people, perhaps stepping away from social media, oh my gosh, any kind of media really, and kind of removing yourself from whatever outside influences are kind of bombarding you, or anything really, anything outside of yourself that is exerting some kind of influence on you. Step away from that, and step into this energy of really this self-nurturing, self-healing, self-caring energy, which is a very solo energy. I mean, it makes sense that these two are showing up together, right? But the Nine of Pentacles is also it's also kind of a card of I'm feeling indulgence also. Indulge in yourself, indulge in your sensuality, indulge in your in yourself, right? Honor yourself, honor the divine within yourself. That's going to be hugely important for you for the month of November. And I'm kind of getting, okay, well, it makes sense because here we have the Seven of Wands. What I'm really getting is that it's it's like this, what's the word I'm trying to find? I want to say precursor to what's coming. It's almost not precursor, but it's preparing you for what's coming. So I feel the month of November, the big focus is really getting in touch with your own divinity, really meeting your own needs, stepping away from outside influences, really going within and looking at the things